you like it. We hope you enjoy the play. Thank you.
As I remember, Adam, it was upon this fashion that he bequeathed me by my will a poor 1,000 crowns and charged my brother to breed me well. And there begins my sadness. My brother Jacques, he keeps school, but for my part, he stays me here at home unkempt. Call you that keeping for a gentleman of my birth? His horses are bred better. This is it, Adam, that grieves me, and the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against his servitude. I will no longer endure it.
Yonder comes my master, your brother.
Go far, Adam, and you shall hear how he will shake me up.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing. I'm not taught to make anything.
What mar you then, sir?
Mary, I'm helping you mar which God made, a poor unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
No, you are you. Be better employed and be not quiet.
What, shall I keep your hogs and eat husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent to come to such penury?
Know you where you are, sir?
Oh, very well. Here in your orchard.
Know you whom before, sir?
Aye, better than him I before knows me. You are my eldest brother, and so you should know me. But same tradition takes home in my blood. Were there 20 brothers betwixt us, I have much of my father in me as you.
What, boy?
Come, elder brother, you are too young for this.
Wilt thou lay hands on me, thou villain?
I am no villain. I am the youngest son of Sir Roland de Bois. He was my father, and he is thrice a villain that says such a father begot villains.
Let me go, I say. Master, be patient, for your father's sake. Be in accord.
I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged you to give me good education. You have trained me like a peasant. The spirit of my father grows strong in me, and I will no longer endure this.
I will not long be troubled with you. I pray you leave me. Get you with him, you old dog. Little dog, my reward? Most true, I've lost my teeth in your service. God with my old master. He not spoke such a word. Is it even so? I will physic your recklessness, and yet no 1,000 crowns either. Holla, Dennis!
Calls, your worship.
Was not Charles, the Duke's wrestler, here to speak with me?
So please you, he's here at the door.
Call him in. We'll be a good way, and tomorrow the rest will be.
Good morrow to your worship.
Good Monsieur Charles, what's the new news at the new court?
There is no news at the court, sir, but the old news. That is, the old Duke is banished by his younger brother, the new Duke.
Can you tell if Rosaline, the old Duke's daughter, is banished with her father?
Oh, no. For the Duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her that she would fain follow her into exile, or die to be without her. Never two ladies loved as they do.
Where will the old Duke live?
They say he is already in the forest of Arden, and many merry men with him. There they live like the old Robin Hood of England.
What, you wrestle tomorrow before the new Duke?
Marry you I, sir, and I am given secretly to understand that your younger brother Orlando has a disposition to come and try a fall against me. He being, for your love, he being young and tender, I be loath to foil it.
Charles, I thank thee for thy love, which thou shalt find I most kindly requite. I myself have notice of my brother's purpose herein, and have by underhand means labored to dissuade him from it, but he is resolute. I'll tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young fellow in France, full of ambition, a secret villainous contriver against me, his natural brother. Therefore, use thy discretion. I have his leave not to break his neck at his finger.
Hardly glad am I can give it to you. If your brother come tomorrow, I'll give him his opinion. God keep your worship.
Farewell, good Charles. Now I will stir this gangster. I hope I shall see an end of him, for my soul, yet I know not why, hates nothing more than he. Yet he's gentle, never schooled, yet learned, full of noble device, of all sorts enchantingly beloved, and indeed so much in the heart of the world. But it shall not be so long. This wrestler shall clear all.
Pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my friend, Mary.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and will you yet I were merrier? Would you teach me to forget a banished father?
Herein I see thou lovest me without the full weight that I hold thee. If thy father had banished my father, thy uncle, I could have taught my love to take thy father for mine.
Well, I will forget the condition of my estates to rejoice in yours.
You know, my father hath no child but I, and truly when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken from thy father perforce, I will render thee again in affection. If break myself, let me turn monster. Therefore, my dear Rose, Mary.
From henceforth I will, and devise sports. Let me see. What think you of falling in love?
Mary, I pray thee do to make sports, but love no man in good earnest. Fortune sends the fools to come to the argument.
Mistress, you must come away to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by my honor, I was bid to come for thee. Where learned you that oath, fool?
Of a certain knight who swore by his honor that the pancakes were good, and by his honor that the mustard was not. Now I'll stand to it, that the mustard was good and the pancakes were not. And yet, was not the man forsworn? How prove you that in the great heap of your knowledge?
Aye, Mary, unmuzzle your wisdom.
Stand ye both forth, stroke your chins, and swear by your beards that I am a knave. By our beards, if we have them now are. By my knavery, if I had it, then it were. But if you swear by that that is not, you are not forsworn. Neither was this man, swearing by his honor, for he never had any. Or if he had, he'd sworn away long before he ever saw those pancakes or that mustard. By my troth, thou speakest true. Here comes Monsieur le Baron. Bonjour, Monsieur le Baron. What's the news?
There, princess, you have lost
Much good sport. Sport of what color?
You amaze me, ladies. I would have told you of good wrestling, which you have lost the sight of. You tell us the manner of the wrestling? I will tell you the beginning, and if it please your ladyships, you may see the end. For here where you are, they are coming to perform it. There comes an old man and his 3 sons. 3 proper young men of excellent growth and presence. The first wrestled with Charles, the Duke's wrestler, who in a moment threw him, and broke 3 of his ribs. So there is little hope of life left in him. And so he served the second, and so the third. The poor old man, making such pitiful dole over them, that all the beholders took part in his weeping. Alas!
But what is the sport, young monsieur, that the ladies have lost?
Why, this that I speak of.
Thus men may grow wiser every day. It's the first that ever I heard. And the breaking of ribs was sport for lady. Or I promise thee.
But is there another dotes upon rib breaking? Shall we see this wrestling, cousin? You must, if you stay here, for here is the place appointed, and they are ready to perform.
Yonder should there coming. Let us now stay and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not be entreated by his peril on his forwardness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he with that.
Alas, he is young, yet he looks successfully.
How now, daughter and cousin, are you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
You would take little blind man, I can assure you. There is such odds in the man, and in pity of the challenge in his youth, I would fain sway him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, lady, see if you can move him.
Call him hither, good Monsieur le Baron.
Do so, I'll not be back.
Monsieur the challenger, the princesses call for you.
I attend them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princesses. He is the general challenger. I come voted as others do to try the strength.
Young gentleman, your spirits are too bold for your years. You have seen the cruel proof of this man strength. We pray you, for your own sake and your own safety, to give over this attempt.
Do so. We will make it our suit with the Duke, but the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, but let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial. Wherein, if I be foiled, one shamed that was never gracious. If killed, one dead that was willing to be so.
The little strength I have, I would it were with you.
And mine to eke out hers.
I have with you, fare you well.
Your heart's desire to be with you.
Come. Where is this young gallant who so wishes to lie with his mother?
Ready, sir? If you mean to mock me after, you should not mock me before, but come your ways.
Now Hercules be thy speed, young man.
And were I invisible, to catch the strong fellow by the leg.
Go, Charles!
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
Oh, good job! Woo!
I'm not well breathed.
How dost thou, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Well, bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, the younger son of Sir Roland, boys.
I would thou hadst been sent to some man else. World esteemed thy father honorably, but I did find him still mine enemy. Thou shouldst have better pleased me with this deed and told me about than our father.
I'm more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son, and will not change that calling to be adopted heir of Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind.
Let us go and speak to him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at heart. Sir, you are well deserved.
Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suits with fortune that could give more, but that her hand lacks means. Shall we go, cuz?
I very well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you? My better parts are all thrown down.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he will. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies.
Will you go, cuz?
Have with you. Fare you well.
Oh, poor Orlando. Thou art overthrown. Not Charles, but something weaker masters thee.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place, albeit you have deserved high commendation, true applause and love. But so is the manner of the Duke that he now misconstrues all that you have done.
I thank thee, sir, and pray you, tell me this, which of the two was daughter to the Duke that was here at the wrestling?
Neither, if we judge by manners, but surely the lesser is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duke. Although I can tell you friendly in your ear that of late the Duke has taken displeasure on his gentle niece, grounded on no other argument that the people praise her for her virtues and pity her for her good father's sake.
I thank thee and rest much bonded upon you. Very well. Thus I must from a spoken to his mother, from a tyrant duke into a tyrant brother. The heavenly Rosalind.
My cousin, my Rosalind, you would have mercy, not a word?
Not one to throw at a dog.
No, thy words are too precious to be thrown away on curse. Those women at me. Come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
Oh, they take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible, on such a sudden, you should fall into such a strong liking with old Roland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Does that therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By that I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly. Yet I hate Orlando.
No, Faith, hate him not for my sake. Do you love him because I do? Look, here comes the Duke.
With his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safe estates and get ye from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest.
I do beseech your grace. Never so much as in thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. Let it suffice that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor.
You are your father's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when your highness banished him. So was I when your highness took his dukedom. Treason is not inherited, my lord, or if we do derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
I see, Leah. We'd sinner for your sake, else had she with her father raged on.
I did not entreat you to have her stay. It was your own pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young at the time to value her, but now I know her, and if she be a traitor, why, so am I.
She's too subtle for thee. In her silence, her patience, and her very virtue speak to people, and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name. Firm irrevocable is my doom which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool.
Why, Rosalind! Pray thee, be cheerful. Knowest not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, he hath not. Rosalind unlacks love that teacheth that thou and I are one. Come, devise unto me how we may fly. Say what thou canst. I'll go along with thee.
Why? Whither shall we go?
To see my uncle in the forest garden.
Alas, what danger will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far?
I will put myself in mean and poor attire, with a kind of umber smirch my face. Therefore we shall pass along and never stir silence.
Were it not better that I should suit me all points like a man, although lying in my heart what hidden woman's fear there will?
But what shall I call thee when thou art a man?
Call me Ganymede.
But what will you be called? Something that hath reference to my state. No longer Cilia, but Aliena.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of thy father's court? Would he not be a comfort to us in our travels?
He'll go along the wide road with me. Leave me alone to him. Let us away and get our jewels and treasures together. That will hide us from pursuit that will be made after my flight, and go in content, to liberty and not to banishment.
Now, my brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of the painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than that of the enemy's court? Sweet are the uses of adversity, which like a toad, ugly and venomous, present a precious jewel in its head. And this, our life, except from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, brooks in running brooks, sermons in the stones, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Happy is your grace that can so change the stubbornness of fortune into so quiet and sweet a style.
Can it be possible that no man saw them? It cannot be. Some villains of my court are of consent and sufferance in this.
I cannot hear of any that did see her, my lord. The royal town at whom your grace's wont class is also missing. Asperia, the prince's gentlewoman, confesses that she secretly overheard your daughter and her cousin much commend the parts and graces of the wrestler that lately fell to sinewy Charles, and she believes wherever they are gone, that youth is surely in their company.
Fetch that gallant hither. If he be absent, bring his brother to me. Do this suddenly, and let not search and inquisiting quail to bring again these foolish runaways.
Yes, my lord.
Who's there?
What? My young master? Oh, my gentle master. Oh, you remember old Sir Roland. Why are you so kind? The one for that strong, courageous, and valiant? No, you're not some kind of men. Their graces serve them as enemies.
Why? What's the matter?
Oh, unhappy youth, coming off in these walls, this roof, where the enemy of all your graces lives. Your brother. No, no brother. Yet the son. Yet not the son whom I once called your father. I've heard your praises, and this night means to burn the lodgings where you used to lie, you in it. Be fearful that who find other means to cut you off. I overheard him in his practices.
What? What's the hummy go?
No matter whither, so you come not here.
What? What's the hummy go and beg for my food? Or to base and boisterous sword and force a thievish living on the common road? I will rather subject me to the malice of a diverted blood and bloody brother.
But do not sigh. 500 crowns, the thrifty hire sent unto your father. Here it is, and I give all that to you. Let me be your servant. Though I both old, I am strong and lusty. Let me go with you. I'll perform the services of a younger man in all your business and necessities.
Oh, good old man, how willingly appears the constant service of an antique world. Thou art not for the fashion of these times, when none will let swept up for promotion. But come thy ways, we'll go along together.
Master, go on, I will follow thee. To the last gasp of truth and loyalty. From 17 years till now almost fourscore. You have died, but I live here no more. Yet fortune cannot recompense me better than to die well, and not my master's debtor.
Therefore, courage, good Eliana. Pray you, bear with me. I can go no further. I would rather bear with you than bear you. Well, this is the forest of Arden. Aye, and now I in Arden, the more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place, but travelers must be content. Aye, be so good, Touchstone. Look you who comes here, a young man and an old and solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still.
Oh, Corin, thou knowest how I do love her.
Hotly, I guess, for I have loved her now.
No, Corin, being old, thou canst not guess. Though in thy youth thou ever westest true, lovers ever sighed upon a midnight pillow. But if thy love were ever like to mine, as I sure think never man loved so, how many actions most ridiculous hast thou been drawn to by thy fantasy?
Into 1,000 that I forgot.
Oh, thou didst turn thereof so heartily. If thou rememberest not the slightest folly that ever loved and make thee run into, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not sat as I do now, reveling in thy hero of thy mistress' praise, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broke from company abruptly as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe!
Alas, poor shepherd, searching of thine own wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own. And mine! I remember when I was in love, I broke my sword against a stone and bid him take that for coming in night to woo Jane Smiles. And I remember the kissing of her fat lip, and of the cow's dugs which your pretty chopped hands had milked. And I remember the wooing of a peas cod instead of her. Then I took 2 peas cod, and weeping bid her wear these for my sake. Keep it on from lovers, run into strange keepers. Thou speakst wiser than thou art whereof. And I know not my wit till I break my shins against it. Jove, Jove, this shepherd's passion is much upon my fashion, and mine, though it grows something stale with me.
I pray you, one of you question the odd man, see if he for gold will give a penny food. I'm fainting to death.
Ha, clown! Peace, peace, not thy kinsman.
Who calls?
Your better, sir.
I don't
looks like very wretched.
Peace, I say. Good even to you, friend.
And to you, gentle sir, and to you all.
I prithee, shepherd, if that love or gold can in this desert place by entertainment bring us where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a young maid who travel much oppressed and faints for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her, and would, for her sake, more than for my own, if my fortunes were more able to read it. But I am shepherd to another matter, and do not shoot for such goods. My master is a churlish disposition, and little vexed to find a way by doing these hospitality. Besides, his coat is spotted with the kinds of feet are now and say, I have a sheep now.
What is he that will buy his pasture and flock?
That young swain you saw here with their son.
I pray thee, if it stand with honesty, buy thou the cottage, pasture, and flock, and you shall have to pay for it of us.
Surely the thing is to be sold. If you like upon report the pasture, the soil, and this kind of land, go with me and I will move very faithful feet of you.
I like this place. Make it really me waste my time in it.
Well, I'll finish the song. Who doth them? One more try. Who doth ambition and seek to live with unseeking? I'm sorry.
It's okay, keep going. Sing the next verse.
I'll give you a verse of this note that I made yesterday, despite my invention.
And I'll sing it.
Thus it goes. If it do come to pass that any man turn ass, leaving his wealth and ease, a stubborn will to please, Duke-dama, 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 here shall he sneeze, gross fools as he, and if he will come to me.
What is this Duke-dama?
'Tis a Greek invocation to call fools into
go call the Duke. His feast is prepared.
And I'll go sleep if I can.
Master, I can go no further. Oh, I die for want of food. Here lie I down and measure out my grave. Farewell, kind master.
Wait, how now, Adam? No greater heart need. For my sake, be comfortable. Live a little. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter. And thou shalt not die for lack of dinner. If there live anything in this desert. Cheerily, good Adam.
I think that we should be transformed into a beast, for I can nor find him like a man.
My lord, he is in his own house, and is merry with hearing of the song.
If he grow musical, we will have shortly discord in the spheres. Go seek him. Tell him I would speak with him.
He saves my labor by his own reproach.
How now, unswear? What life is this, that your poor friends mostly refuse? What? You look merry?
A fool! A fool! I met a fool in the forest who laid himself down and basked in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms. Goodbye, fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he, call me not fool till heaven hath sent me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his pocket, and looking at it with lackluster eyes, says, very wisely, it is 10:00. Thus we may see, quoth he, how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9. Now 'twill be 11. And thus from our tower we ripe and ripe, and from our tower we rot and rot. Thereby hangs a tale. When I did hear the motley fool thus mortal on the time, my lungs begin to crow like a chanticleer. That fools could be so deep, contemplative. I did not saw his mission an hour by his dial. Oh, noble fool, a worthy fool. Motley is the unaware.
What fool is this?
Oh, worthy fool, when I've been a courtier. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
And thou shalt have one.
It's my only suit. I must have liberty as the wind to blow on whom I please, for so fools have. But who comes here?
We'll bear thee no more!
Why, I have eaten none yet.
Nor shalt thou, till necessity be served.
What kind does cock come off?
Art thou this bold man by distress, or else a rude despiser of good manners?
The thorny point of bare distress to take me from the smooth shell of civility. Yet I'm inland bred and know some nurture. But forbear, I say, he dies that touches any of this group, till I and my affairs are answered.
And you will not be answered with reason, and I must die.
What will you have? Your force shall force us more than your force move us to gentleness.
I must die for food, so let me have it.
Sit down and eat, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently? Pardon me. I thought all things had been savage here. If ever you looked on better days, if ever you sat at a good man's feast, if ever from your eyelid wiped a tear and know it 'tis to be pitied, and to be pitied, then the gentleness my strong enforcement be, in the which hope I blush and have my sword.
True, 'tis we have seen better days, and sat at good men's feasts, and wiped our eyes with drops that scarcely hath been hindered. Therefore, sit ye down in gentleness.
I thank thee, but whilst I like a doe, go to find my fawn and give it food. There's a poor old man who in this step lived many a weary step after me. Till he be sufficed, I'll not touch of food. I will not touch a bit, because he was oppressed by 2 weak evils, age and hunger. I will not touch a bit.
Go seek him out, and we will nothing waste till you return.
I thank thee and be blessed for good comfort.
Thou seest, we are not all alone and happy. This is why Universal Theater presents for wolf pageants and the scheme of the play.
All the world's a stage. Fellow men and women, merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. One man time plays many parts, that's being 7 ages. At first the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy, with his succulent, shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange girls, and bearded like the pie, yells not, sounding quick and quiet, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, the good round belly, with good cap on line, with eyes severe and beard a formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful pose, and I'll say, a world too wide, for his shrunk strength and big, manly voice, turning again towards childish treble, pipes, and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is a second childness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Welcome. Set down your venerable burden and let him feed.
I thank thee most for him.
Sword you need. I scarce can speak to thank you for myself.
Welcome. Give us some music, and good cousins, sing. Good old man, thou art as welcome as thy master is. Support him by the arm, give him your hand, and let me all your fortunes understand.
How like this life, Master Touchstone?
In respect of itself, it is a good life. But as it is a shepherd's life, it is not. As it is solitary, I like it very well. But as it is private, it is tedious. As it is in the fields, look, I like it very much. But as it is not in court, it's a very vile life. As it is a spare life, it fits my humor well, but as there is no more plenty in it, it goes much against my stomach. Hast thou any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more than that, the more one sickens, the worse at ease he is. And he that wants money, means, and content is without three good friends. The property of rain is to wet and fire to burn. Good pasture makes fat sheep, and a great cause of the night is lack of the sun.
Such a one is a natural philosopher. Hast thou ever been in court?
No, truly.
No doubt.
Nay, not a great touchstone.
Truly, like an innermost egg, all on one side.
Not a wit touchstone. Those that are good manners in court are as ridiculous in the country as those that are of the country are most mockable at court. You told me you salute not, but you kiss your hands. Such a courtesy would be uncleanly if courtiers were shepherds.
Instance, come instance.
Why, we are still handling our ewes, and our fells, you know, are greasy.
Do not your courtiers' hands sweat? And is not the sweat of a man as wholesome as the grease of mutton?
Besides, our hands are hard.
Then your lips shall feel them sooner. A better instance, I say.
Besides, they're often tarred over with the surgery of our ewes. And would you have us kiss tar?
Most shallow man, learn the wise of repent. Suit is of a basier birth than tar, the very uncleanly flex of a cat. Then the instant, shepherd.
You have too cold me wit from Touchstone. I'll rest. I am a true laborer. I earn that I eat, get that I wear. Oh, no man hates, envy no man's happiness. Glad of other man's good, content with my harm. And the greatest of my prides is to see my ewes graze and my lambs suck.
Find out thy brother wheresoever he is. Bring him dead or living, or turn thou no more to seek you living in our territory. All thy lands and things that thou hast called thine do we not seize into our hands.
Oh, let your highness be my hardiness. I never loved my brother in my life.
Poor villain thou. Well, push him out indoors.
Hang there my verse and witness of my love. O Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and the barns my thoughts on character. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree, so that every eye which in this forest looks shall see the virtue in us everywhere. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree, the fair, the chaste, and unexpressive sheep.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like a Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures, fairest line, are but black to Rosaline. Let no fair be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosaline. From the east to western end, no jewel is like a Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world fares Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosaline. Let no fair be kept in mind, but the fair of Rosaline.
I'll rhyme you so 8 years together, dinners, suppers, and sleeping hours included.
Out, fool.
For a taste, if a heart do lack a hide, let him seek out Rosalind, if the cat will after hide. So be sure will Rosalind. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosalind. Sweetest nut, her sourest rind, such a nut is Rosalind.
Peace, you dull fool, I found them on a tree.
Truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
Peace. Here comes my sister, reading. Stand aside.
Tongues all hang on every tree, that to the same show, but on the fairest boughs will I, Rosalind, write, teaching all to know that the quintessence of every sprite, Helen's cheek but not her heart, Cleopatra's majesty and Atlanta's better part, sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus Rosalind of many parts, by Henley's song was devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts. She of the touchest dearest prize, and I to do, live and die her slave.
Oh, what tedious homily of love.
I'm not fool, off a little.
Do you still hear these verses? Yes, I heard them all, and more too, for some of them had more verses than the feet would bear.
But didst thou read without wondering how thy name should be themed and carved on these trees? Knowest you who have done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain you once wore about his neck.
Change you color? Prithee, who?
Is it possible?
I prithee now with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, and again wonderful, wonderful, and out of all who be.
I prithee, take thy cork out of thy mouth that I may drink thy tidings.
It is young Orlando who tripped up the restless hills and your heart in both an instant.
Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speak, sad brow and true maid.
In faith, cuz, 'tis he.
Orlando?
Orlando.
Alas the day! What will I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Did he ask for me? Where remains he? And when wilt thou see him again? Answer me all this in one word.
You'll have to bar me, gargantuan's mouth. 'Tis too great a word for any mouth.
But does he know that I am in this forest? And in man's apparel? Look he as freshly as the day he wrestled.
But take a taste of my finding, and relish it with good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
Oh, it may well be called Jove's tree when it yields forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madame.
Proceed.
He lay there stretched along, like a wounded knight.
Oh, though it be a pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
I held it to thy tongue, I pray thee. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous, he comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without burden, thou bringest me out of tune.
Knowest thou not that I am a woman? When I think I must speak, sweet, say on.
Soft, comes he not here?
'Tis he, slink by and note him.
I thank you for your company. But good faith, I as lief been myself alone.
And so had I, but yet, for society, I thank thee too for your society.
God be with you. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we need be better strangers.
I pray you, not know what trees writing Rosalind in the bards.
I pray you, bar no my verses with reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind is your love's name?
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You're full of pretty answers. You have a nimble wit. Will you sit down with me and we two will rail against
I'll try no breather in this world but myself, against whom I know most faults.
The worst fault you have is to be in love.
And it's a fault I would not change for your best virtue.
By my troth! I was seeking for a fool, but I found you.
Look, he is drowned in the brook. Look but in, you shall see him.
There, I still see my non figure.
Which I take either for a fool or a cipher.
I'll tarry no longer with you. Farewell, good Signor Love.
I'm glad of your departure, Miss your melancholy.
I will speak to him and play the knave with him. Do you hear, Forester?
Very well, what would you?
I pray you, what 'tis o'clock?
You should ask what time of day it is. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would mark the lazy pace of time as well as any clock.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
Ah, with the shepherdess, my sister, here in the forest.
Are you native to this place? Your accent is something finer than you could have purchased in such a removed dwelling.
I have been told so of many, but indeed an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak. One who knew courtship too well, for once he fell in love. I have heard him speak many lectures against love and the many giddy offenses of women.
What were these principles?
There were none principal. They were all alike as halfpence are, each fault seeming monstrous till his fellow fault came to meet it.
I pray thee, recount some of them?
No, I will not cast my physic but those that are on those that are sick. There is a man haunts this forest and abuses our young plants by writing the name of Rosalind in their barks, thus deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would have some good counsel for him, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am neither so love-shaped.
Cool. Oh, my uncle taught me now to know a man in love, and you have none of his marks upon you.
Well, what were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. A beard neglected, which you have not. Then your hose should be unguarded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you displaying a sort of careless desolation. But you are no such man. You seem rather a point of ice in your accoutrements, seeming more the lover of yourself than the lover of any other.
Fair youth, I can make thee believe I love.
Me believe? You had as soon make her whom you love believe. Which I warrant she is after to do than to confess she does. That is one of the points in which women still give the lie to their consciences. But in good sooth, are you he that writes the verses in which Rosalind is so admired?
By the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you so in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, and I set him every day to woo me, at which time I would be changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, inconstant, first like him, now loathe him, first weep for him, then spit at him, that I drove my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness. And thus I will take it upon me to wash your liver clean, that there be not one spot of love in't.
Fair youth, you cannot cure me.
I would cure you, if you would but call me Rosalind and come every day to my cot and woo me.
I will with all my heart, fair youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Come, sister, will you go?
Alrighty, everybody. Now is the time for a 10-minute intermission. We will be starting the second portion of our play soon, so please return to your seats. Alrighty, everybody, we hope you enjoy the second part of As You Like It.
talk to me, I will weep.
Do, I pray, but have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man.
But do I not have cause to weep?
Why, as good as cause one desire. Therefore, weep.
Why did you hear him swear he would come this morning, and comes not?
Nay, certainly, there is no truth in him.
Do you think so?
I do not think him to be a pick purse, nor a horse stealer, but for his verity and love, I do think him as a wormy in that.
Not true in love.
No, when he is in, but I think he is not in.
But you have heard him swear downright he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the word of a lover is no stronger than the word of the tapster. He intends her enforced on the Duke.
I met the Duke yesterday, and I had some question with him. He asked me of what parentage I was, and I said, of as good as he, and he laughed and let me go. But why talk we of fathers when there is such a man as Orlando?
Oh, he is a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, swears brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. But who comes here?
Mistress and master, you have often inquired after the shepherd that complained of love that you saw sitting with me on the turf, that gave praise to his shepherdess that was his mistress.
Well, what of him?
You will see a pageant truly played between the pale complexion of truest love and the red gloves born in pure disdain. Go hence a little, and I shall conduct you unto it.
Bring us to this sight, and you will say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe, say that you love me not, but say not so. In bitterness, the common executioner falls not, he acts upon the humble neck. But first begs pardon. Will you sterner be than he that dies and lives by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I will not injure thee. Thou sayest there is murder in mine eye. 'Tis pretty sure that eyes that are the frailest and softest things should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown on thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Why now, counterfeit to swoon? Why now, fall down? Or if thou canst, oh, for shame, lie not to say mine eyes are murderer. Now show the wound mine eyes have made in thee. Now my eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not. And I am sure that there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever you met in some fresh cheek, then will you know the wounds invisible that love keen arrows make.
But till that time come not thou near me, for till that time I shall not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? What though you have no beauty, must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why look you so on me? I see no more in you than in the ordinary. Odds my little life, I think she means to tangle mine eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair that can entame my spirits to your worship. Foolish shepherd, why for do you follow her? You are 1,000 times a proper man than she, a woman. But mistress, know yourself, down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Look up, take his offer, so take her too, you shepherd, fare you well.
Sweet youth, I pray you, chide ye together.
I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo. He's fallen in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. So, shepherd, take her to you, shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud.
Dead shepherd, now I know you're saying of mine. Whoever loved is loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe,
Ha! What sayest thou, Sylvius?
sweet Phoebe, pity me.
I am sorry for thee. Gentle Sylvius.
Where sorrow at my grief and love. By giving up your sorrow and my grief were both exterminated.
Thou hast my love. Is not that neighborly?
I would have you.
Why, that were covetousness, Sylvius. The time was that I hated thee, and it is not that I bear thee love, but since thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure, and I'll employ thee too. But do not look for further recompense than thine own gladness thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, that I shall think it the most plentiless crop, to glean the broken ears after the man that the main harvest reached. Loose now and then a scattered smile, and I'll live upon it.
Knowest thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I've met him often. He hath bought the cottage and the bonds with as well as Carlet once his master of.
Think not that I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish youth. Yet he talks well. What care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks pleases those that hear. I am not sure he's proud, yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper young man. He is not very tall, and yet for his years he is tall. His leg is put so, and yet 'tis well. There was a pretty red mist in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that next to his cheek. There be some women, Sylvius, had they marked him as I had, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And yet I have better cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide me? He called my eyes black and my hair black, and now I am remembered scornfully. I wonder why I answered not again, but that's all one. I'm writing a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it to him straight. The man is in my mind and my heart. I will be bitter with him and passing short. Go with me, Sylvius.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I'm so. I do love it. Passionate laughing.
Those that are in extremity of either are abominable fellows.
Why, it is good to be sad.
Why
You say
then?
nothing.
Why then, 'tis good to be opposed.
I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the lawyer's, which is politic, but it is a melancholy of mine own, extracted from many objects, and indeed the contemplation of my travels.
Ah, a traveler. You have great reason to be sad. I see you have sold your lands to see other men's, then to have rich eyes and poor hands, to have nothing and have seen much.
Yes, I've gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I would rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad.
Good day and happy, Mr. Rosalind.
Stay then! God be with you. And you, talk in plain verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. How now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You, a lover.
Mr. Rosalind, I come within an hour, my promise.
Nay, and you be so tardy, come no more within my sight. I had as leaf be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail, for though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. A better jointure than I think you make a woman. But come, woo me, for now I am in a holiday humor and am like enough to consent. What would you say to me, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you were better to speak first, and after you had been gravelled, for lack of matter, you might make occasion to kiss. Am I not your Rosalind?
It pleases him to call you so, but he hasn't Rosalind as a better leader than you.
Well, I take some pleasure to say you are my Rosalind, because I'm be talking of her.
Well, in her person, I say I will not have you.
Then in my own person, I will die.
Oh, faith! This poor world is almost 6,000 years old, and in all that time there was not any man died of a love cause. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I protest. I would not harm my right Rosalind of this right mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
By this hand it will not kill a fly. But come, and I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition, and ask me what you will, and I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faith, will I, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And thou wilt have me?
I and 20 such.
What say you?
Are you not good?
Well, I hope so.
Why then can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What say you, sister?
I cannot say the words.
You must begin. Will you, Orlando?
Go to. Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
I but when?
Well, now as fast as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I would take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
Now tell me, how long would you have her after you had possessed her?
Well, forever and a day.
Say a day without the ever. No, no, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, but December when they are wed. Maids are in May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will be more giddy in my desires than a monkey. I will weep for nothing, and that when thou art disposed to be merry. I will laugh like a hyena, and that when thou art inclined to sleep.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my life, she will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
Else she could not do this. The wiser, the waywarder. Make upon a woman's wit, and twill out the keyhole. Stop that, he'll fly with the smoke out the chimney.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will be thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
Well, I must attend the Duke with dinner. By 2 o'clock, I will be with thee again.
Go your ways, go your ways. I know what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and I thought no less. Your flattering tongue won me, but 'tis one cast away. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye.
By my troth, and in good earnest, if you break one jot of your promise, or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, and the most hollow lover, and most undeserving of her whom you call Rosaline. Therefore beware my censure, and keep your promise.
With no less religion than if thou wert indeed my Rosalind. So I do.
Adieu.
You have just simply used our sex in your love life.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz, that thou didst know how many fathom deep I am in love, but it cannot be sounded. My affection hath an unknown bottom, like the Bay of Portugal.
Or rather, bottomless, that as fast as your poor affection runs in, it runs out.
I'll tell thee, Aliena. I cannot be out of sight of Orlando. I'll find a shadow and sigh till he come.
And I'll sleep.
My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe bid me give you this. I know not the contents, but as I guess it bears an angry tenor. Pardon me, but I'm as a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter. She says that I am not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud and says that she could not love me. Well, shepherd, this is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest. Phoebe did write it.
Why, 'tis a cruel and boisterous style. Will you hear the letter?
So please you, for I've never heard it yet heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
She Phoebes me. Mark how the tyrant writes.
Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned?
Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
If the scorn of your bright eye hath power to raise such love in mine, while you chid me, I did love. How then might your prayers move?
He that brings this love to thee little knows this love in me.
By him seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth and kind will the faithful offer take of me and all that I can make, or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die.
Call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd! Do you pity him? No, he deserves no pity. It is not to be endured. Wilt thou love such a woman? I see love hath made you a tame snake. Say this to her, that if she love me, I charge her to love thee. Look, here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair one. Pray you, if you not where in this forest stands a sheepcote fenced about with olive trees? I should know you by description. The boy is fair, female fiber, the woman low and brown, and then her brother. Are you not the owners of the house I did inquire for?
We are.
Orlando does commend him to you both, and to the youth that he calls his Rosalind, he sends this bloody napkin.
I am he. What must we understand by this?
Showing my shame, if you will know what man I am, and how, and why, and where the handkerchief was stained.
I pray you, tell it.
When last you, Orlando, parted from me, he left a promise to return again within an hour, and pacing through the forest, slow what befell, under an oak, a wretched, ragged man lay sleeping on his back. About his neck, the green and gilded slip had wreathed itself, but suddenly, seeing Orlando, it did unlink itself and did slip away into the bush, under which his bush shade, a lioness lay crouching, head on ground, with cat-like watch. This seen, Orlando did approach the man and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard him speak of that same brother. He did render him the most natural that liveth among men.
And well, he might do so, for well I know, he was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there, food to the hungry lioness?
Twice he did turn his back, but kindness nobler ever than revenge made him give back to the lioness, who quickly fell before him, from which hurtling miserable slumber I awaked.
Are you his brother? Was you he rescued? Was it you who did so often contrive to kill him?
'Twas I, 'tis not I, but
For the bloody napkin?
by and by. In brief, Orlando did lead me unto the gentle Duke, who gave me fresh array of entertainment, committing me unto my brother's love, who led me instantly unto his cave. There strips himself, and here upon his arm the lioness had torn some flesh away. While all this had bled, Orlando fainted, and upon fainting cried, "Rosalind!" He recovered him, bound up his wound, and after some small space, being strong at heart, he sent me hither to tell this story to the youth that in his war he doth call Rosalind, and to give this napkin dyed in his blood, begging my excuse of broken promise.
How can we? Sweet Ganymede!
Many listen when they do look upon blood.
There's more on it. Cousin Ganymede, pray you take him by the arm.
Be of good cheer, youth. You a man. You lack a man's heart.
I do so, I confess it. But tell your brother how well I counterfeited to swoon.
This was not counterfeit. There is too much testimony in your complexion that it was passionate earth.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well then, take a good heart and counterfeit to be a man.
So do I, but in faith I should have been a woman by right.
Come, you look kind of better. Good sir, go with us.
Ah, here come two of the banished Duke's young men.
Well met, honest gentlemen.
Aye, well met. Come, sit. Sit. And a song.
In faith, forth and return.
It was a lover and his lass with a hey and a ho and a hey and a ho. That o'er the green cornfields did pass in spring dawn.
When birds do sing, hey, sing, hey,
Sweet lovers now love's dream. Between the acres all o'er I with a hey and a ho and a hey and a ho. These pretty country folks would lie in springtime.
when birds do sing, hey,
The only pretty
hey,
ringtone, sweet hours Then therefore take the present time with the hey and no, and the hey nani no.
For love is crowned with the prime in
springtime.
when verses sing, hey, ring-a-ding-ding, hey, ring-a-ding-ding.
Sweet lovers love the spring. Sweet lovers love the spring.
Though there was no great matter in the ditty, I found the note quite untunable.
You're deceived, sir. We keep our time. We lose not our time.
By my troth, yes, I count it, but as time lost to hear such a foolish ditty. Now, God be with you, and God mend your voices.
Can it be that on so little acquaintance you should like her? And liking, love, and loving woo, and wooing she grant, and will you preserve to enjoy her?
Neither call it giddiness or in question, but say with me, I do love Eliana. For it shall be to your good, for all of my father's estate, and all derivatives will turn will I stake upon you, and hereby live and die shepherd.
You have my consent. Let your wedding be tomorrow. Thither will I invite the Duke and all his followers. Therefore, go you prepare your Aliena. For look you, here comes from Rosalind.
God save your brother, and you fair sister. Oh my dear Orlando, how it grieves me to see you wear your heart in a scarf.
It's my arm.
I thought your heart had been wounded by the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but by the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited to swoon when he showed me your handkerchief?
I greater wonders than that.
I see where you are. Your brother and my sister no sooner looked but they loved, no sooner loved but they sighed, no sooner sighed but they asked one another the reason, no sooner knew the reason but they sought the remedy. They are in the very wrath of love. They will together, clubs cannot part them.
They shall be married tomorrow, and I will invite the Duke to the nuptial. But, oh, I'm sorry, a thing is to look into happiness through another man's eyes. Tomorrow I shall be at the height of heart heaviness for seeing that my brother has what he wishes for.
Then tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind,
I can live no longer by thinking.
and I will weary you no more with idle talking. Believe, then, if it please you, that I can do strange things. If you do love Rosalind, when your brother marries Aliena, you shall marry her. It is not impossible to me, if it seemeth not inconvenient to you to set her before your eyes tomorrow.
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life I do, which I tender dearly. Then put you in your best array, and bid your friends come, for if you will be married tomorrow, you shall. Oh, look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
Youth, you have done me much ungentleness to show the letter that I writ to you.
I care not if I have. It is in my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are here followed by a faithful shepherd. Look on him. Love him. He worships you.
Good, shepherd. Tell this youth what 'tis to love.
Is to be all made of sighs and tears, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
Is to be all made of faith and service, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
Is to be all made of fantasy, all made of passion, all made of wishes, all adoration, all duty, all observance, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
If this be so, I blame you me to love you.
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
Who do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here, nor doth not hear.
I pray you no more of this. 'Tis like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow, meet me all together. I will marry you if ever I marry a woman, and I shall be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you if ever I satisfy a man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. You say you'll marry me if I be willing.
That will I, should I die the ever after.
Or in refusing me to give yourself to this most faithful shepherd,
So is the bargain.
you say you'll have her if she will.
The hammer and death were both the same thing.
As you love Rosalind, meet. As you love Phoebe, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. So fare you well.
I will not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
I do remember the shepherd voice and lively touches on my daughter's favor.
My lord, the first time I ever saw him, I thought he was a brother to your daughter. But my lord, this boy is forest-born, and hath been tutored by his uncle, whom he claims to be a great magician, obscured by the circle of this forest.
Dost thou believe, Rolando, that this boy can do all this that he hath promised?
Sometimes I do believe, and sometimes I do not. As those, they fear they hope, and know they fear.
Salutations and greetings to you all!
Good my lord, bid him welcome. This is the motley-minded gentleman that so often met in the forest. You've been a courtier, he swears.
And if any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod a measure. I have flattered a lady. I have been politics with my friends and smooth with mine enemies.
Good my lord, like this fellow.
I like him very well.
Is this not a rare fellow, my lord? He's good at anything, and yet a fool. Touchstone.
Such a fool am I. Ha ha
Ahem.
Where are the brides?
And the priest.
Then is there mirth in heaven, when all things made even do atone together. Good Duke, receive thy daughter, that thou mayest join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter.
If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, why then my love adieu. I'll have no father if you be not he. I'll have no husband if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed woman if you be not she.
Peace, ho. Here's 6 that must take hands to join in wedding bands. You and you no cross shall part, you and you are heart in heart. You to his love must accord, and have a woman be thy lord. Well's a wedlock hymn we sing, feed yourselves with questioning. That reason, wonder might you think, how thus we met, and these things finished. Wedding is great, Juno's crown, oh blessed Lord of thine, and his highland peoples, every town, high wedlock, and be honored, honor, high honor, and renown to Hymen, God of every
assembly. Duke Frederick purposed to find and take his brother here and put him to the sword. To this cursed and this wild wood he came, where meeting with an old religious man, after some question with him, was converted from the world, and his crown bequeathing to his banished brother, and their lands restored to them again, and to him and all them that were exiled with him.
Welcome, young man. The offer is fairly to thy brother's wedding. Come, share the good of our return fortune. Meantime, fall into our rustic revelry. Play music, and you bride and bridegrooms all, with measures you can enjoy, to the measures fall.
Sir, by your patience, if I heard you rightly, you could put on a religious life and throw into neglect the pompous court.
Yeah.
Tim, I will go. Of these converts, there is much naturally heard and learned. To you, your former honor I bequeath. Your patience and virtue well deserved it. To you, to a love that your true faith doth merit. To you, your love, your land, and great allies. You to a well-deserved wife. And you to wrangling. So to your pleasures, I'm brother dancing measures.
Stay, Jaques, stay.
What would you have of me? I see no pastime. I'll wait to know at your abandoned cave.
Proceed, proceed. We will begin these rites as we do trust they'll end in true delights.